before we start this video, I would like to ask you to like, subscribe, and share, and to also make clear that this is not a hate video, and to go check out Joel and Lia's videos in the description below. Thank you.
Breadsticks. Yeah. So in the UK, our breadsticks are like little crunchy, slim, skinny little sticks. Like straws. Yeah, they're almost like straws in that.
I do have to say, in the United States, breadsticks are quite big. I'm thinking, if me and them are thinking about the same thing, breadstick is like about this big or whatever. Or if it's like that though, like it's showing, I think they're kind of the same thing. Maybe a little bit shorter though. Here, I'm not sure. I don't know. But if they're talking about like breadsticks like you would have with like spaghetti or something, they are pretty big. And if that's what they would have, that's...
Even me, why isn't it 7 or 8? I don't understand. What does it say? The show starts at 8/7C. I don't get it. Oh, someone's explained it here. Okay. So another Brit has asked it and they said, we never switched over to metric timekeeping. The C stands for core, referring to how many times a majestic eagle has flown overhead and cawed that day. Sometimes the eagles are feeling sluggish, so the show could be on at either the 7th or the 8th core. Is that sarcasm? Oh, yeah, it probably is. Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's about eagles, like how is that? Voices. Yeah, that understand. So that hasn't explained it. I think they were being sarcastic, which is a British trait. So just really out British. Yeah, that was amazing.
I guess my science teacher from 7th grade was British.
Well, I'm sure someone will be able to tell us what that actually means. One of you out of 235,000, please tell us. Exactly. This next one is right up your street. Okay. Oh, this is right up my street. Yeah. The lack of electric kettles everywhere. And by electric kettle, I just mean a kettle. I just mean a kettle. Americans tend to distinguish, don't they, between a kettle and an electric kettle, and that triggers us because in the UK, every kettle is a kettle. Every kettle is electric. Yeah, so you're exactly. Why?
Okay, so in the United States, kettles are not really used as much, and so most of the kettles, when they are used, you have to heat them up on like a stove or something like that. I feel like if we probably used kettles more often here, there would be more electric kettles. Not saying that nobody doesn't use it. Some people probably do use it every day here, but in my experience, a lot of people that I've been around don't have really kettles at all, and when they do it, they're just not electric.
Calling it electric kettle? They would call like a non-electric kettle just basically like a pot on the stove. Is that right? Is that what they're calling a non-electric kettle?
Mm-hmm.
When they just like boil some water in a pan. All they're doing is triggering bricks. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Honestly, if I went to someone's house in the UK and they didn't have a kettle, you'd be like, what? I'd be like, what are you playing? Every British home, just in the same way every home has a toaster, every house has an electric kettle. Yeah. Or a kettle. A kettle as we know it. It's crazy. And it's funny that some of you guys have been like,
Actually, something, I guess, that could take its place for the United States, since they drink tea a lot of Americans drink coffee a lot. So a lot of homes have Keurigs, or like just coffee makers and all, for that take the place of the electric kettle for us.
I just found an electric kettle in my local shop and I bought it. Like, they're hard to come by. Yeah, they're hard to come by. You don't see them a lot. You can't find them, because we've been looking. Yeah. When I've been in America having breakdowns, making his life hell.
You could probably order one, but it's going to be hard to find one in stores.
Honestly, you deserve it. Thank you, darling. So this is one we don't understand about. It says that playing sport in high school is a big deal and can even get you a scholarship to university. Like, funny. In the UK, playing sport is kind of what the dumb people do. Yeah. Like, you can be clever and play sport, but then when it comes...
Okay, so in the United States, if you're a good like football player or something, you can get a scholarship to a college. Um, I'm not even of age to go to college yet, but what I think it could possibly be the reason is college is quite expensive, or at least here in the United States it is. And so if you get a scholarship, I don't know exactly how it works, but I think they pay for a certain amount of you being there, so you don't have to. And so if you're a good football player, they want you in their team at their school, and the only way you're going to be in their team at their school is if you go to that school. So they're going to pay for you to go to their school so you can be on their team. So yeah, that's what I get from it. I'm not sure if that's actually how it works, but I believe that is.
When it comes to like university, every clever person who does sport would be like, no, I'm putting clever subjects first. Yeah. Sport won't allow you to get to where you need to be in college. Oh, you never get. You know what I mean? Yeah. In uni. Yeah. You'd never get any sort of special treatment just because you're good at sport. No.
Also, what I think maybe another reason is in the United States, when you play a sport, you have to have good grades to continue playing them sports in high school. So if you're making good grades to be able to play that sport, then colleges assume probably that, well, they're able to play that sport, so they must be making good grades. So I think they would be good in our college. So not then again, also like don't know if that's actually how it works, but that's what I think is how it works.
They're like, oh, that's a hobby, not a career. Yeah, exactly. And like, so when we're watching American, like, oh, I love football, but I'm not getting the grades. Like, we just can't relate because we're like, they're two completely different things. You're like, you don't need grades to do sport. Yeah, exactly. But why should you have to be good at something to be able to pursue your dream?
Okay, so the reason you need good grades to play sports is because a sport is in high school is not a requirement. As for having good grades is somewhat of a requirement, and so they don't they put your grades above what you're playing. So if you're not making good grades, then you're not allowed to play sports because they assume that that sport is taken away from you, making it up your assignments or whatever to become, not be, to become, but to have good grades. And if, yeah, that's pretty much it. You have to make good grades, or they'll take you off the football team or basketball team or whatever.
Of playing football. Yeah. Makes no sense to us. It doesn't. So please explain in the comments below why you get scholarships for playing sport. Yeah, I know. It's bizarre. It's very weird. Yeah. And along with that is the fan base that comes with said sport. Yeah. Like, imagine us doing a sport at school and people from other places. Yeah, just watch college teams. College teams playing something. You must feel like such a celeb being in a college team. Oh my gosh, you must be. It must be quite a big level of fame. It must be. That's crazy. But yeah, it's not that we're criticising it, we just don't get it. Yeah, so please educate us in the comments. Oh, we've spoken about this one. I hate it so much. This is the thing I dread when I get to America, and this is the thing I love when I get home. Yeah, same. It's the one thing you land at Heathrow Airport or Gatwick and you like run to the toilets and you're like, finally, the doors close fully again. There are no gaps. Nobody can in see the stalls. Me through a gap there, a gap there, a gap below, so short, a gap above because they don't make them tall enough. Like, honestly, I know, guys, that I know you know this because we go on about it a lot, but I really want to petition America as a country to please make all public toilets private.
Okay, so what they're talking about is in England they have the toilets, how do I put this? They don't have gaps in between where the door closes or under or above. And so I understand what they're saying, but I feel being raised in America, it's just kind of just common. It comes to us just not to look. Like, we could look between the crack, but we just don't. As for a British person or somebody who was raised in another country coming here, I could see how that could be uncomfortable, which honestly I think it could be uncomfortable too. But I was raised here, so I see it as normal. But it would be good if America would get some privacy toilets, because it is kind of strange to have a gap. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Make public toilets private again. Public toilets private again. Okay. As if they were ever private. Honestly, the gaps trigger Brits so much. I physically can't go. I know you can't. I physically can't go. I know you can't. You get toilet shy. Yeah, I get toilet shy. That's completely valid. And I get toilet put off when I walk in and I see someone sorting out their period. And you know what? You guys are going to comment, I've seen them before, being like, why are you looking? Just don't look. And it's like, you can't help but look. It's hard to bloody miss. Yeah, when the gaps are this big. It's awful, honestly. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you guys put up with it, but you're saints. Well done. Yeah, you must walk into the gym toilets like, I'm not looking. I promise I'm not looking. Sorry. I've seen everything, and a lot of people have seen me, and I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, my willy has definitely been seen. What do you do as a Z-list celebrity when you're trying to go to the loo in America? Honestly, what if we met a viewer in there and they're like, I've seen you on the loo?
I've heard of that happening before.
Okay. That's not okay. Us Z-list celebrities need to poo in peace. Peace. Alright. And privacy.
One thing I've heard before of why America does it is because of it cuts costs on it. Honestly, I don't see how it's not saving much money. I don't think. Like, spend $100 more and put the door together, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is so weird. Yeah. Okay, you're trying to plug your hairdryer in and start blow drying your hair. But you can't just have it as an off. It's either on or it's not. Yeah, because yours plug sockets.
Okay, so before they go any further, I believe they're talking about how in England they have switches on their plugs, so you can turn off the sockets. In the United States, most of our stuff, you either just unplug it and put it away, or you just turn off the item. Now, some houses do come actually with a switch that'll cut off all the outlets in the room. Right beside, like, the entry door, they'll have a switch. And not all houses, but a lot of older kind of I've seen had a switch where you just flick it off down and it'll turn off all the outlets. But other than that, we just turn our stuff off. So, like, the hairdryer, we'll just leave it plugged in and turn the hairdryer off, or we'll unplug it and tie it up and put it under the sink or something like that. So, yeah.
Don't have on and off switches in the UK. You've got a plug socket. It's got 2 holes for plugs and they've got on and off switches. In the US, it's just, it's in or it's out. It's on or it's off. Your phone's plugged in or it's not. You can't just plug your phone in and then, like, switch it off. Like, I don't want it charging for a bit.
With our family, we just unplug our phone from the charger and leave the charger plugged into the wall.
Winning over the UK in terms of things that are designed for the convenience of human beings. Yeah. So you'd think that you would have, the facility.
But then again, I believe Canada's the same way, though.
Don't be an amateur. Get Love's Pro Level leak protection. Love's, parent like a pro.
Don't buy that.
The new Saks family
Please,
packs with 20 fingers or 30 boneless wings.
Don't encourage
available for
them.
delivery. Yeah. You don't. So, like, for instance, if you're going on holiday and you're leaving your home for like a week or longer, you don't have to unplug. Yeah, in the UK you don't have to pull everything out. You just go off with the little switch. Yeah, unless you're my grandma who used to go around the house unplugging everything, including like fridge. No way, the fridge. Because she was worried it would start a fire. Aww. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean that's quite valid actually. Yeah. Maybe it is a fire thing. Maybe that's why they don't. I don't know. Also, I find like American plug sockets are a bit more flimsy. They're loose. Like they fall out. You plug something in, it just falls out. And people say that ours are impossible because you plug something in, you can never get it out. To pull it out.
That is true to some places. A lot of places don't put money into what they build. So, like at a Walmart or at like a airport or something, they're not going to spend money on a good quality socket to put in when they're building the place. As for in a house, if you get a nicer house, they'll most likely have paid or put in a nicer, better quality plug socket that won't fall out, and it's easy to come out, like pull out of the wall and stuff, but it won't fall out. But with cheaper houses or something, or cheaper buildings also, they have flimsier plug sockets. Also at school, at my high school, it's like it was built in the 50s and all, and I believe also that it's older sockets too tend to fall out because I would be charging my phone at school, and all of a sudden it'll like fall out if you just barely bump it, and that's, I guess, because it's like a 50-year-old plug. But let's go.
There are certain things that you just are really hard to get out, but at least you can guarantee that it's plugged in. Imagine just constantly having something flimsy fall out. I don't get it. It's not great. And guys, please don't be triggered, because I'm not saying that from a really horrible point of view, but I genuinely want to know, like, about why it's flimsy. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, you're just like, everything's flimsy, it's not that. It's just like, but why is it flimsy? Like, why have they designed it in such a way that it doesn't just stay in the wall? Like, if you've got a heavy plug,
kind of crazy high
laptop
quality,
plug,
but if you go to like a Lowe's somewhere trying to find outlets, you'll find a whole bunch of different ones. You might find one for $20, and you might find one for like $60, you
we
know.
just genuinely want to know, how's it 2019 and it's still like that? Yeah, do you need British plug designers? Because we can send some over. No way. No, that can't be true. Apparently, they don't have advent calendars in the US, like Christmas ones. Like ones with chocolate inside. That's shocking.
Oh, no.
Surely they'd have jumped on that. Maybe it's too underwhelming.
I don't know what they're looking at, but I've seen it before. It may not be as famous, but like a good, I would say probably a good 4 out of 10 or so. I don't know. A lot of my friends have those, where on Christmas you'll open it and there'll be a little toy or a chocolate or something in it, and it counts down the days till Christmas. I've mostly seen it with Hanukkah or whatever. No offense if you're from Hanukkah, I just don't know much about it. But I've seen that where they do that, and they open it and there's a chocolate or a toy inside.
For them, because you only get like one little flimsy square of chocolate. Yeah. But we love it.
Don't worry,
because we're just like, chocolate! That's literally the best time of year when your mum's like, boy, you know? Advent calendar! Oh my god, I hope
I don't think it's called an advent calendar, though.
Please, last year she didn't buy me one.
I don't think it's called a calendar here either. 25 days countdown is usually what it's done.
And then, like, don't ask me. Yeah, so of course I felt the pressure last year to be like, no, it's fine, I'll get my own. But that's shocking because Leo and I wanted to release a chocolate advent calendar one day. Yeah. But if you guys don't do them, what's the point? What is the point? That is so sad. But we could do it, and then it's like Joel and Leo we introduce chocolate advent calendars. Yeah. On that depressing note about advent calendars, I think we're going to have to just finish it here. Yeah, we're too triggered. Go and sort of like get our heads around some of the things. Yeah. But we're very excited to read the comments and sort of figure out.
Okay guys, well that's the end of the video. If you liked the video, if you also subscribe if you liked the video. Leave a comment if you have any opinions on this video. Go check out Joel and Leah's channel. Their link will be in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.